Folks, we are again at the Peace Garden and it is my birthday, and I'm documenting this for family members and stuff. So a friend of mine, Lynn, has brought some presents or some food and stuff, and we're going to spend the day here. To me it's good because I've been indoors an awful lot and it's got me out and stuff like that. So let's get started. Massive thanks to my friend Lynn, who we had a little bit of a celebration out here at the Peace Garden, and that's the cake, and it was great to get out of the house. Where I am for my birthday is the Celtic Peace Garden, and this is the White Oak Acorn Project Limited, and what we have here is a tea shop, and because of lockdown and because of restricted content or contact, they have provided this porch that people can sit out. So there's a coffee shop inside, and yeah, and then at the back is a place for growing things, homegrown veg and stuff like that, and they provide food that they can deliver to your door and stuff like that, you know. Over here we have a couple of, as far as I know, these are holiday lets. I know on the other side there is rehab housing and that, so you know, but we can't go in there because there's a kind of a security guard at the door and stuff like that. But this is where I am today for my birthday, you know, and a big massive thanks to Lynn for the present and the food that we actually took up here to eat. You know, we had a hot chocolate and stuff like that, and we sat here for a while. We had a walk around the garden, and then we had some food that Lynn brought for me, so I'm really, really grateful for that. You know? So, people were asking me, does Muff exist? Well, Muff exist. Yes, that is the town of Muff. I'm not going to say any jokes. But this is the first time I've been out where there's colour. Yeah.
Plenty of blue. It's chilly.
Yeah.
And the bamboo, lovely bamboo.
Doesn't make a while of difference.
Go the way we went last time?
Yeah, whatever. But yeah, got out of the house today for my birthday. A massive thanks to Lynn for all the food and stuff like that.
But we're feeling sick after the cheesecake and cream.
Yeah, that was a bit rich.
A bit much.
But very nice food, thanks very much.
We're going to film each one quickly or not?
Quickly, I suppose. These are little houses in these gardens. Now, they did plant up this year with flowers and stuff. But this is more renowned for little landmarks around Ireland. This garden is in the shape of a map of Ireland, and it's got little houses around where you can sit in at the winter time, and there's little fires and stuff, so you can sit and reflect and all that kind of stuff.
Little midges are coming out this time of the evening.
Yeah, this is on bogland too, so they can be pretty severe around boggy land and stuff.
Yeah, they've built a few little pools, haven't they? What you put them little ponds and things here, so it attracts them too.
Yeah. This is
The tomb.
this is what we call the tomb, and they decided to plant up some flowers this year. And don't know, it's, you know, I'm going to go into night shot here for a second. Yeah.
You have a light in it, camera.
I've got a night shot, but I don't have an external light, just an infrared, but I think it's enough for this. Right. Oh. It gets a little bit better when you start moving. I did have a look earlier on. There's a little house, Columkill Cell, where two little birds, little swallows or swifts, I do often see them in there, and they've migrated for the winter. And I checked earlier on, and I don't think they've come back yet. But lots of bird feeders and stuff to attract the birds. Here's another one of these buildings. Which needs a thatch, really. It's a little reflection house, you know? You can sit and reflect and pray and stuff.
Yeah, somebody's been there in the furniture.
But that's another one of the many houses.
The thatch is nice, isn't it, on it?
Yeah, it just needs retouching, really, you know?
No, but it looks cute.
Yeah.
It must take quite a lot of work to keep the upkeep.
Oh, yeah. I think the staff that grows the veg looks after this. How you doing? What we're heading for is a church here. And that's a church. Another place that you kind of sit and reflect. It's got nice little cushions to sit on.
Here's the church, here's the steeple, open the door, and where's the people?
Yeah,
Did you used to do that with your hands?
that's right, yeah. That's right, I used to do that when I was a kid, yeah. I think this is Sister Claire. She was a nun who died a number of years ago, I think was in an earthquake. A very young nun from Derry here who tragically died. Well, that's it.
This little bit.
Bit of windmills and
Yeah.
leprechauns and
Scarecrows.
it's nice to see something like that, you know what?
It
There's a little birdie. Great to see the flowers out. You know, it gives you a sense that spring is coming. There's a temperature thing. Huh? It says it's 20 degrees. That's obviously wrong.
is broken.
But up ahead is Columkill Cell. Now there's two resident swallows, or swifts, I don't know the difference. They've got four tails. And every year they come back to this spot and reside inside this building. And I was around earlier on. They didn't seem to be in here, so it may be too early. But usually birds come back to the same spot every year, you know. No. But again, there's a little stove here. It is a bit damp and smelly in here because there isn't a proper floor, but that's Columkill Cell. I think this is Murrad's Cross. St. Murrad's Cross. I nearly know it in my heart now. As it says, the garden's in the shape of a map of Ireland, and each landmark is in a spot that it would be on the map, if you know what I mean. So that's Murrad's Cross. St. Bridget's Cross, a tradition in Ireland, and as a school kid on St. Bridget's Day we would make St. Bridget's crosses in school with the rushes from the fields. So that is actually made from iron, from fencing, but a pretty good job. We're heading now towards the church that's made from straw and plastered over, basically.
Bales of straw.
Bales of straw with beautiful glass windows. And it's heated by a pellet boiler.
And then they get the
Do you used to put
electric, not electric, petrol, not hedge cutter, what do you call it?
oh yes,
Chainsaw.
chainsaw, the cut, yeah, they would shape.
They shape it with the chainsaw.
That's right, yes.
That's what I'm trying to get.
That's right, yeah.
Brain's getting frozen.
And primroses, lovely and colourful. Yeah, beautiful glass windows. And this is, yeah, they lock up about, before they come up, there was people working earlier on. But we got some canaries and finches in here, right beside the church.
Happily singing.
It's pretty nice, isn't it? You don't know what to expect if you're new to this garden, you know? I'm used to it and I'm still, you know,
No.
yeah, you know, you don't get bored of it.
No. And the up bottles over there for them to nest in.
But that's our birds, the birdies. They've got loads of space, haven't they? There's a nice white one. Cool. Appreciate the flowers. It's good to see colour. It gives you a sense of a new lease of life when you see flowers. Again, around the place, you got these bird feeders, and that attracts the birds. Which is nice and natural song. There's a little well here, but you don't want to drink out of it. Some prayer cards and stuff, but you don't want to drink out of that. It's pretty yucky. And over to the right of us, we got a model of Croagh Patrick, which they decided to grow stuff on this year. I'm going to climb Croagh Patrick on my birthday. I actually lived a couple of miles from the real Croagh Patrick. But now I'm beside this little tiny hill that represents that. And actually, on top of the real Croagh Patrick, there is a small tiny church. But as you can see there, they planted it up with some flowers. Here we got an artificial pond here. We're heading up to another building now, which I call the stable, which looks like a stable.
Brendan the Voyager put out into deep water.
I think the deep water they were talking about is a lot bigger than what's there. But through the trees here, we have this one's very dark actually. Yeah. There's no windows. Nice vision. And basically in recent times, whoa, a bird just flew out past my ear.
I saw that. Was that a bird?
Yeah, that was a blackbird.
Was it?
Yeah, I could feel it was that close. There used to be straw on the ground here, but recently they had put in this wooden floor and stuff. But it is pretty dark when the door is closed. This is a little shelter made from those trees that you make baskets from. I can't remember. Willow. Yeah. So basically it's woven. It's woven together and you got a little seat there. But I assure you, if it's raining and you sit in there, you get more rain than you actually would if you were outside. Because you get the heavy drops on your head.
So disfigured did he look that he seemed no longer human. Isaiah 52, verse 14. punishment inflicted for us. Unrecognisable.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jesus. We're really grateful.
Piece of the garden here, which wasn't very bad neglect. Oh. Oh, they've been doing some work. Yeah. They still haven't moved that tree yet, but... There's a wee house. Huh. Wee birdie house. But, yes, this tree, which is a big willow actually, fell over some time ago, and all the branches are growing upwards, as you can see. And the whole garden is surrounded by pieces of bog oak like this, which is millions of years old. And possibly dug out of the ground here, because we are on a bog, you know. We got a mock round tower here, and also we got a bog oak root system.
2,000 years ago.
2,000 years ago.
Something else.
I thought it was a couple of million years. But that is it, and that is the detail basically. And it's been treated, so. But a big, huge piece. I'm going to go up into the round tower.
I want to see if Rapunzel's up there.
Yeah,
Rapunzel, let down your hair.
Let down your long hair. Bottom floor, there's some furniture to sit on, and you can sit and reflect here. There's a light and all the rest of it. And then we have this kind of railway sleepers, kind of steps, and you go up. Oh, it always steams up the camera being up on this level for some reason. But there's either a bird feeder or a manger for Christmas, for a nativity and that. And in the windows there's little places for candles and stuff. And there's the roof. Over there's the kind of shortcut which goes through the bog. Or you can go around the long way. It doesn't make an awful lot of difference actually. But the first time I went into this little house at night time, I got a bit of a fright, because there's a sculpture in there, and I thought it was a real person. There is a last shot of the round tower, and I'm actually going to take a thumbnail for that one. Right, I'm back at the table I was at when we were eating our food. It was a nice day. At least I got out and stuff like that. So really appreciate that, you know.